Welcome to Aasai Rasai. This recipe is for deep fried cauliflower fry. I hope that you will like it, and like, share and subscribe to this channel as well. And this is the recipe list. You can see the ingredients are very simple. If you don't have one or two of these ingredients, just skip it. It doesn't matter. Your cauliflower fry is going to come out really well either way. To get me started, I've cut these cauliflower florets into bite-sized pieces. I've washed them really well and I've spread them out on this pan, on this baking sheet rather, and I can use the paper towel to just mop them lightly. Then I'm going to mix together the rice flour, all-purpose flour and cornstarch with a little turmeric. I have extra flour in here. Now this amount of flour would work for a whole head of cauliflower. I'm using only about half a cauliflower head. I'm going to add this mixture into the florets and then mix to coat the florets really well. So if you want to increase the quantity of this dish, just increase only the cauliflower florets, like go up to about one head of cauliflower, but I don't think you should go more than that. And the other ingredients can stay the same. If you want to make even more, like with 2 cauliflower heads, then you'll have to double the ingredients. But up to 1 cauliflower head, you could leave all the other ingredients the same and only add the extra florets. So the benefit of coating them is that the flour will prevent the cauliflower from falling apart during frying. Sometimes you might even get a slight crisp texture to it, but that's not guaranteed. But what I can tell you is that it's going to have a nice color when we're done making this, and you've seen it in the photographs. I'll show you later on when we're done cooking also. So the oil should be quite hot when you're frying cauliflower, because we're not going to fry for too long, and I'm going to do it on medium-high temperature. I think if you keep it for about 2 minutes, that should be enough. Sometimes your cauliflower may not become golden. If you wait till it becomes golden, you are overcooking the cauliflower, and I wouldn't want you to do that. So the other thing is use a wok-shaped pan for frying, because the florets need to fry, evenly around them, and they're rounded. So a round bottom pan works well for this. When you're done frying all of these, just set them aside just for about 5 minutes until we heat up the oil and prepare this for tempering. I'm ready to temper the ingredients. Now this is the second stage of making this cauliflower fry. So we've fried these, look at them. The cauliflower looks really nice. The florets, some are more brown than the others, and that's fine. It just adds to the charm. They're still plump, so you can see they have that firmness to them. They're not soggy and sagging. So this is the oil on medium-high heat. And these are my onions. I have sliced them very thinly. Try to do it very thinly. It's much better because they will cook faster and more evenly. If you have larger slices, just take them out and slice them again until they're really thin. Be careful that the oil is not smoking hot, because that's going to burn the onions without frying them. So just once it's heated up a couple of minutes, you can just add the onions. And when you're doing this, just kind of spread out the onions, the slices, so that they're not bunched up. So sometimes we think that we've cut all the onions very nicely, but there's always that piece that escapes the knife. I don't know how that happens. I usually find that happening when I slice them really thinly. There's always that piece. So that's what I found just now. And this is a good way of detecting those, when you just kind of spread out the pieces. So just coat the onions in the oil, and that's really important if you want them to fry at an even pace and give it that nice golden look that we're trying to achieve. Let it fry like this for about 2 minutes in an open pan, and then after 2 minutes you can reduce the heat and then stir every 30 seconds or so. Just control the heat as needed from that point onwards. This is what the onions should look like when you add the cinnamon, dry chilies, and fennel seeds. And we're going to fry it for about 2 more minutes. So as we keep adding the ingredients, we're going to keep frying these further, and the onions are going to be quite brown by the time we're done cooking. So we just start a little bit early to give it time to fry the other ingredients. Do the same with the curry leaves, add it, fry until fragrant. And if you notice, I've added the whole hardy spices first, and as we keep going, we're going to be adding the powdered spices last of all. So it's first the hardy ones, then the fresh ones, and then the powdered spices. Whichever takes the least amount of time to cook is the one that goes lastly. So I just added the ginger, garlic, turmeric, green chilies, and salt, and I added a little extra oil because my pan was getting dry. So initially when I started tempering, I really wanted to cut back on the oil because I'm using deep fried cauliflower and there's a lot of oil involved in it also. So my goal was to reduce the oil in this dish and use only what I needed. So that's why I added the minimal amount of oil needed for tempering, but I was flexible to adjust it if I needed any more. You don't need any more heat in the pan, so turn it off and then add the cauliflower. Toss it around nicely till the cauliflower takes on an even color. And you can serve this with rice and curries, like a non-veg item, a green leaf, malung, and a dal curry to complete your Sri Lankan meal. Taste for salt and adjust as needed. If you like this recipe, give it a thumbs up and stay subscribed to Aasai Rasai. If you haven't already, please do. It means the world to me. I'm also counting on you to share these videos with your friends and family who are looking for recipes or inspiration. Thanks for doing it if you've done it already. Check out my Facebook page also. All these recipes have been uploaded there. You can easily share the videos on Facebook. Thanks for watching.